Welcome to Keeping It Real with KC. I am your host, KC Phoenix. Today is, wait a second, I have to look at the clock, 23rd. I don't know why I keep thinking it's February the 24th. Maybe something's going to happen. Maybe I need to buy a lottery ticket or something. Today's February the 23rd. Wow! Today's February the 23rd, Tuesday. And this is my daily thought. Okay. For those who may not know, Keeping It Real with KC is a weekend show, a weekend podcast, but I do my daily thought as a supplement to the Keeping It Real with KC show. I didn't do an episode yesterday because it was tarot card reading weekend this past weekend, which I had to do 12 episodes, which was crazy. And yeah, that took out a lot of energy. Plus, I've been fighting with my sinuses as well. I don't sound as bad as I did this morning. So that's a good thing. And I was like, you know what? I don't have a choice. I will record the episode regardless of how I'm feeling. I'm going to do my daily thought. So I hope everyone is fine. I hope those who watch the tarot card readings, whatever your sign was, I hope that you enjoyed them. Because I always enjoy doing them. Tarot cards, I love tarot cards. They're always fun. This coming weekend, long as everything's on the up and up, I should be doing a sports episode for the Keeping It Real with KC show this weekend. And then the following weekend, I think I'm doing either wacky news or maybe a movie review. Is what I'm thinking about. And then the weekend after that is back to tarot card readings. So yeah. But anyways, this particular thing that I plan on talking about, again, I don't judge people. And some people say, well, having an opinion about something is judging. Not necessarily, even though in the definition of judge, you see the word opinion, or in the part of opinion, you usually see the word judge sometimes. When I think of judging people, and I explain this, you can go to the episode, scroll through. If you're a new listener, you can find the episode, the daily thought, judging versus opinion is what I think the title of the episode is. And then you can get the full comprehensive breakdown. But the little 15-second breakdown is, I feel when someone is judging, is coming from a place of authority. And no one can truly come from a place of authority over another human being. I mean, obviously you have like judges and the court system and things like that. But I'm talking about truly judging an individual. And that's why I always say, who am I to judge? I'll have an opinion all day long. I have lots of opinions. That's what the show is built off of, is me having my opinions. However, I don't judge, because who am I to judge? Now that I've said that, being on the internet, when you surf the net, when you see things, some things you see intentionally, some things you see unintentionally, some things you may click on or go into thinking you will see something, a specific something, but it's totally different from what was going to be presented. And I came across something on the internet. And I was like, wow, that's different. But as I thought about it, a lot of people seem to do this. It wasn't just once that I've seen this, I've seen it twice. And I have to be very, if this was a podcast only episode, I could just come out and say it. But because this is going to be uploaded to YouTube and Daily Motion, I have to sort of walk right up to the edge with it. When people are doing certain activities in public, that are usually considered taboo. Whether they're sitting in the back seat of a car behind the Uber driver, or whether they're sitting on the bus, or being in the subway, on the bench. Again, I'm not judging, because who am I to judge? This is just my opinion. Where does that mindset come from? is what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, it would be different if there was a place where it was selected, it was a public place, but it was selected because at the time being selected, there isn't anyone else around. But with some of these situations that I have seen online, and for those who can read between the lines of what I'm saying, you know what I'm talking about. For some of these situations that I have seen, these are very public situations where other people are almost guaranteed to be around, where other people are almost guaranteed to see the taboo activity that takes place. And I just, I'm really trying to figure this out. Because I got nothing. I got nothing. And again, I'm not judging. I'm just diving into the mind of others is what I'm doing, and I'm having an opinion. And don't get me wrong. To keep it 100, I've done taboo out activities in public before. However, when public places were selected, they were selected with the intention of not being seen by the public, even though they were public places. So I'm really trying to figure this out. Because to be so brazen with it, so brazen. One situation, I was just like, wow. I was like, wow. Wow. As in, I really wish I could describe what happened, but I can't even describe what happened because, again, I'm up on, maybe I can. Okay, let me see if I can find the words. This person was on the bus. There was somebody sitting it was like this person was facing towards the other person, but the other person was turned sideways. The other person had their backpack and whatnot, and everything else. But this person facing the other person is being taboo in public. At the crescendo, there was liquid that made it onto the individual's backpack in front of that person and the individual's shirt in front of that person. And that person, I know they had to feel that. They didn't turn around, they didn't do anything. And the other person was just like, and all of this was recorded. And I'm like, wait, what? And then with another situation where the person was sitting in the back seat of the Uber driver's car and the Uber driver's driving. And this person, yeah. And the same thing. It's like there was an ending. It wasn't like, oh, well, we're going to be taboo for just a few seconds and stop. No, it went from beginning to end. And I'm like, so the Uber driver has to get their car extra cleaned now? I'm, I'm just trying to figure out how the minds of these people work. Because there's just this thing. It's called courtesy. In my mind, it's called courtesy. What happened to courtesy? Where you're polite. Or what happened to, what's the word I'm looking for? Not shyness, not, there's another word I'm looking for. Not even humility. That's not the word. There's another word similar to humility, but along those lines. Whatever happened to being reserved in certain situations? That's what I'm asking about. What happened to being reserved in certain, just being like, you know what? Even though I feel like being taboo right now, there's somebody right in front of me. This could be a little extra. Let me wait. If I have to do something in public, let me wait until I'm alone in public. And then do whatever needs to be done. But no, it just, and again, I'm not judging. I'm just processing the information. That's all I'm doing. I'm processing the information is what I'm doing. And offering an opinion on the information that has flowed past me. I don't know if that was a double entendre, but whatever. So yeah, I don't get it. I really, really don't. And there are sanitary issues with that as well. It's like, if you're gonna do something, if you, like in a car, if you're gonna be taboo, make sure it's your car or the other person's car. And then also, that way you're planning. You can plan. You can have your napkins, sanitizer napkins, and all this other stuff, and do whatever you need to do to make sure everything's all nice and clean. So there aren't any issues, which I haven't been down that road, I guess, pun intended, in a very long time. I know some people are like, did KC do something last week? No. No. Now I'm reading my email. There was an email that came across my phone. But anyways, because my car had to get jumped yesterday because my battery died, which I'm going to have to replace my battery. Oh, joy. That's another story. And I'm going to explain that later on. Not during this episode. I'll probably explain it during another episode. But, and this isn't a thing saying that people shouldn't be in public and be taboo, because stuff happens. Things happen. I'm just saying, you know what? I did an episode, A Daily Thought. Learn how to read the room. That is what I'm looking for right there. That's it. Learn how to read the room when it comes to being taboo in public. If you just so happen to be in an area where that's the thing, because those type of areas exist, whether they're gay, straight, or whatever, they're all over the world. If you're in that type of area that happens to be a public area, but we all know certain things go on in that public area, then okay, you read the room. You can be taboo. But if you're on a public bus or in the back of an Uber driver's car or other places, taboo might not be the thing. You know, and this is just my opinion. I'm not judging. This is just my opinion. That's all. I'm just offering an opinion that being taboo in public really requires everyone to learn how to read the room. That's what that is. And that's how I feel on activities, on taboo activities, not activities, I need to be specific. On taboo activities in public, learn how to read the room. That's just, and again, I'm not judging. I'm just offering an opinion. Wow. I'm still like something, because once you see something, you can't unsee it. So, because I'm just like, wow, did it really just happen? Am I being punked? But yeah. So that is my daily thought when it comes to taboo activities in public. And again, if that is your thing, because some people, that's their thing, do the research, find areas where being taboo in public, that's the norm. And do that. It's like, oh, at such and such, and such, I'm gonna make up something. Oh, at the corner of Sepulveda and what's that road? Sepulveda and Woodley, I think it is. It's wherever the park is. This is in San Fernando Valley. There's a place in San Fernando Valley where it's known for that type of thing. It's like, I think it's Sepulveda and Woodley, over near that area, for those who live in Los Angeles and know the valley. But that is knowing how to read the room, because somebody's like, oh, I want to be in public and I want to do taboo activities. Oh, okay. Well, that area over there, they're accommodating. Let's go there. And again, even in that situation, technically, and I'm not an attorney, but technically, if the wrong people saw you being taboo in public, then that could put you on a certain list. And that's the other thing. You could get put on a list. And actually, I get notifications all the time because I have this identity protection thing or whatever. But also one thing that comes with the identity protection that I have is the list of people. And you know what type of people I'm talking about. And anytime someone moves into this area that's on that list, my phone gets a notification. So, yeah. Being taboo in public, engaging in taboo activities in public, can land you on that list. So when people are so brazen with being taboo in public and not reading the room correctly, they're really taking a chance of not only offending people, not only creating sanitary issues, but also being put on a list where every time they move somewhere, people are going to get notifications. So yeah, that's sort of my thing on being taboo in public. I understand that some people do get, I guess you could say, a rush out of it, like it's the adrenaline or whatever in doing that. But it's not always about the adrenaline. Sometimes it's just about being courteous to other people, is what it's about. And again, there are places, if you do your research online, this thing called the internet, where you can find and meet people of your own. And again, this isn't for any particular sexuality. This is an everybody message, where you can find people who travel with your type of group and say, hey, oh, that's where the public meetings happen at. Okay. And do that. But again, even then, if the wrong person sees you, you could end up on a list. So just keep all this stuff in mind. That's all. Anyways, that's my daily thought. I just had to get that off my chest. And again, I'm not judging. I don't judge, because who am I to judge? I'm just offering an opinion. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is also carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, Anchor, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and many other podcasting platforms. On the social media platforms, KIRWKC. Had to lick my lips for a second. And of course, on Facebook.com/KIRWKC. Feel free to go by the page, give a like. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting the show, listening, watching, sharing, commenting, all of that good stuff. And I sincerely appreciate it. I am working on something else for the show, because I added the tarot card readings as another supplement to the show. I plan on adding another supplement that I'm ramping up and trying to get done as soon as possible. And as soon as I get closer to it, I will make that announcement. Again, thank you to everyone for your support, listening and watching, whatever you decide to do. Until next time, be blessed.